Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please stand loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, please clap. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Gaurari. Gaura 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 Hare. Gaura 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 Hare. Gaura 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 Hare. Jaya Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Gaurari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hariva, 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 Gaura Hariva. Nitai Gaura Hariva, 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 Gaura Hariva. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Savet Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 5, chapter entitled Narada's Teachings to Vasudeva. Text 35, please repeat after me. Evam Ivanurupabhyam Bhagavan Yogavartibhi Manuje Ijjate Rajan Shreyasam Ishvaro Hari. Evam Yoganurupabhyam Bhagavan Yogavartibhi Manujerijjate Rajan Shreyasam Ishvaro Hari. Evam Yoganurupabhyam Bhagavan Yogavartibhi Manujerijjate Rajan Shreyasam Ishvaro Hari. Evam Yoganurupabhyam Bhagavan Yogavartibhi Manujerijjate Rajan Shreyasam Ishvaro Hari. Mataji. Evam Yoganurupabhyam Bhagavan Yogavartibhi Manujerijjate Rajan Shreyasam Ishvaro Hari. Word to word meaning, translation, purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace of H. Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada disciples ki jai. Evam, thus, Yuganurupabhyam, by particular names and forms, suitable for each age, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogavartibhi, by those living in each of the different ages, Manuje, human beings, Ijjate, is worshipped, Rajan, O King, Shreyasam, of all spiritual benefits, Ishvara, the controller, Hari, Lord Hari. Translation. Thus, O King, the Supreme Lord Hari is the giver of all desirable benefits of life. Intelligent human beings worship the particular forms and names that the Lord manifests in different ages. Purport. The word Yuganurupabhyam is significant here. Anurupa means suitable or appropriate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna anxiously desires that all conditioned living entities come back home, back to Godhead, for an eternal life of bliss and knowledge. Thus the Lord reveals Himself in each of the four ages, Shatta, Treta, Dwapar and Kali, in a form appropriate for worship by the human beings of that age. In his Laghu Bhagavatamrita Purva Khanda, first chapter, 25th sloka, Srila Rupa Goswami states, Kathyate Varna Namabhyam Shukla Satta Yuge Hari Rakta Shama Kramat Krishnas Tretayam Dwapare Kalo. The Supreme Lord Hari is described in terms of his color and names as Shukla, white or the most pure in Satyuga, and as red, dark blue and black respectively in Treta, Dwapar and Kali. Thus, although in each age various names suitable for glorifying the Lord are given, such as Hamsa and Suparna in Satyuga, Vishnu and Yagya in Treta Yuga, Vasudev and Sankarshan in Dwapar Yuga, similar names are not given for Kali Yuga, although such names exist. In order to avoid disclosing cheaply the truth of incarnation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Kali Yuga, human society is infested with hypocrisy and superficiality. There is a strong tendency toward imitation and fraud in this age. Therefore, incarnation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealed in Vedic literature in confidential and discreet way, so that it will be known to the authorized persons who can then propagate the mission of the Lord on the earth. We actually see in this modern age that many foolish and ordinary persons claim to be God or incarnations, avatar, etc. There are many cheap philosophies and academies that promise for a moderate fee to make one God in a short time. In America, one famous religious group promises its followers that they will all become the Supreme Lord in heaven. Such bogus preaching goes on in the name of Christianity. Thus, were Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name widely spoken of in Vedic literature, there would soon be a veritable plague of imitation Chaitanya Mahaprabhus infesting the world. Therefore, to prevent this pandemonium, discretion is exercised in the Vedic literatures in Kali Yuga. And in a sober, concealed way, the actual followers of Vedic culture are informed through the Vedic mantras of the descent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This discreet system selected by the Lord Himself for His appearance in Kali Yuga is proving to be greatly successful on the earth planet. And throughout the world, millions of people are chanting the holy names of Krishna without the unbearable harassment of hundreds and thousands of imitation Chaitanya Mahaprabhus. Those who seriously desire to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead can easily understand the Lord's mission, whereas cynical, materialistic rascals puffed up by false prestige and madly considering their insignificant intelligence to be greater than the intelligence of Lord Krishna cannot understand the beautiful arrangements made by the Lord for His graceful descent into the material world. Thus, although Krishna is Shreyasam Ishvara, or the Lord of all benedictions, such foolish persons turn away from the Lord's mission and in this way deprive themselves of their own true benefit in life. Thus ends the purport. Om Jnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shriyuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shiv Shakhamitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschat Deshtaya Namo Mahavadanna Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauradeshe Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopyakanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This side. Hare Krishna. So I seek blessings of all the senior devotees, especially Prem Salo Prabhu, Gauransanan Prabhu, Vrindavan Chari Prabhu here there, Amar Kishore and all other Vaishnava and Vaishnavis, so that I can speak something in glorification of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for my purification and for pleasure of the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. So I did little extra Sankirtan because glorification of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going on. So he has come to taste as the nectar of Sri Krishna Sankirtan. So in that mood I thought of little extra kirtan. So in this series of verses I see that the discussion between Maharaj Nimi and the 9 Yogendras are going on and is about to end. So I hope all of you remember the names of 9 Yogendras. I tried to memorize because they are such exalted personalities that remembering their name itself can purify us. So let us recall once the names of the 9 Yogendras, starting with Kavi, Havir, Antariksha, Prabhuddha, Pipalayana, Avirhotra, Drumila, Chamasa and Kadabhaja. So each of them, Nimi Maharaj asked a very, very important question, which are beneficial for the whole humanity. And each of the Nava Yogendras answered, and great answers that were discussed in last few months. And the last of the Nava Yogendras, Karabhajana Muni, is answering the last question asked by Maharaj Nimi. That Supreme Personality of Godhead is in what colors and what forms and what type of regulative principles and with what names Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped in different ages. So that is a question by Maharaj Nimi to Karabhajan. So this discussion between Karabhajan Muni and Nimi Maharaj is especially very important because there is a discussion of Kali Yuga. And we are all residents of this great Kali Yuga. So this discussion is especially very important, and all the more because Karabhajan Muni recites the famous verse. Please repeat after me. Krishna Varnam Tasa Krishnam Sangha Pangasra Parshadam Yagye Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedasa. So after describing the process and names and forms in Satya Yoga, that is, the process is dhyana, meditation, because people are long-lived and peaceful and non-envious. So that was practical for them. And in Treta Yoga, the process was yajna. People were degraded, but still they are religious. And then in Dwapara Yoga, the process was grand temple worship, deity worship. But none of these are possible in this age of Kali. Neither we have long life, we are all short-lived, prayena alpa ayusha. And kalau ishmin yuge jana mandas manda matayo manda bhagyathi upadrita, disturbed. The human beings of Kali Yuga is always disturbed. So very difficult to do dhyana, meditation. And place is also not there. Everywhere there is construction, buildings. So where is forest? And if there is forest, corporate industries are building some industry. Very difficult to find suitable place. Very difficult to perform yajna. Where you will get pure ghee, so difficult to get. So costly also. And pure brahmanas, even more difficult to get. And chanting the mantra with great precision, more difficult. So, not possible in the age of Kali. And Dwapara Yuga, there was deity worship, but it was very elaborate, very grand. Now also you have deity worship, but not as grand as that was there in the Dwapara Yuga. So the only possible way is Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nameva Kevalam. So only way is a Sankirtan. Because Kali Yuga is so degraded. 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes the symptoms of Kali Yuga. It tells that religion, truth, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, memory, strength, lifespan all steadily declines in Kali Yuga. So, and we can see this happening around us. People in the name of religion cheats others. Gopal Prabhu says that those who are in the field of religion, they can earn the maximum, they can have the maximum turnover. So he was joking that choose your career wisely. So even people in religion can become such a great cheater that they can earn tremendous amount of money. And it's very rampant. It's not like something rare. Often we find religious leaders getting caught in some scam or some illicit affair or in some money dealing. Truth. Very difficult to find truthful person. Right? It's said it's standing on truth but still declining. Not to speak of cleanliness. So people do not know that they have to take bath after passing stool. I did not know, at least before coming to Krishna consciousness. So these are basic cleanliness actually, but these are also very much not there in the lives of people. So when you are preaching, it's so difficult to make people understand, because these are also very high standards for them. And mercy, memory, all these are declining so much. So it's mentioned in the 12th canto that wealth alone will determine a man's status and respect. Hypocrisy will be considered virtue. Whoever is strongest will be accepted as righteous. Whoever has power, he is right. marriages will be based on lust. The man and woman will come based on sex, how much they can satisfy their each other's sexual desires. And when that satisfaction is not there, they separate. So divorce has become so common. Right? Previously, it was something that word is not there even. Right? So family ties will endure only as long as selfish needs are met. Justice will depend on a man's power and wealth. We'll see that powerful people rule, and justice, they purchase the people who were supposed to be neutral, right? They purchase. Government rulers will act like thieves, plunderers, with such heavy taxation. We see Lord Ram, such a wonderful king. The king is said to, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, when Krishna talks about his opulences, Krishna says that among the men, I am king, Raja. Because king is called Naradev. So, king is a representative of Supreme Lord. So you see the perfect example of Lord Ramchandra, that Ramchandra considered all his citizens to be his own children. And because of such affection, having such loving shelter of Lord Ram, all those residents of Ayodhya felt themselves ecstatic in the shelter of Lord Ram. So when Dashrath Maharaj announced that Lord Ramchandra will be coronated, everyone became so ecstatic that Dashrath Maharaj was confused whether they were happy in my when I was ruling. So, such kings were there in Vedic literature. Parikshit Maharaj, Amrish Maharaj, Yudhishthira Maharaj. But Kali Yuga, the same king, or in modern terms, political leaders or prime minister, they themselves becomes the plunderers. The Rakshak becomes Bhakshak. So, and it's not like it's in a particular country. All countries, very rarely we find a very genuine leader. Bribery and dishonesty will dominate governments and social dealings. Caste and status will be judged merely by appearance of birth, not by qualities or actions. External cleanliness will be mistaken for purity. People will become addicted to meat, alcohol, and illicit sex. Cow protection and real spirituality will vanish. So much slaughtering of cows. People will suffer from famine, droughts, extreme weather, and disease. So this will keep on, and there will be acid rain. People's life will decrease such an extent that 20-30 age people will be considered very old. So these are various symptoms. So like this, Kali Yuga is full of this degradation, full of faults. Kale doshe nidhe rajan. It's like nidhi, ocean. Still, asti eko mahat guna. Kirtana deva krishnasya mukta sangha param bhaje. Though Kali Yuga is full of faults, full of degradation, full of negativities, still the sages worship Kali Yuga because of one good quality. Kirtana deva krishnasya mukta sangha param bhaje. By taking shelter of Krishna Kirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One can cross over all these faults of Kali Yuga, right? And this good fortune of experiencing this Krishna Kirtan is brought by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, just 2 days back there was purport where very important things is mentioned. I'll just repeat that. In this age, the world is so polluted by sinful life that it's very difficult to become free from all of the symptoms of Kali Yuga. Still, one who is faithfully serving in the missionary work of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu need not fear occasional, unavoidable symptoms of Kali Yuga. Now and then we see wars are happening, like Ukraine and Russia, Palestine. Now and then it's keep happening. There's corona. Like these symptoms which are like affecting whole earth is manifesting again and again. Still, one should not feel fearful if one is serving in the missionary work of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strictly follow the four regulatory principles of no illicit sex, no intoxication, no meat eating and no gambling. They try to always chant Hare Krishna and engage in the service of the Lord. However, it may happen that by accident and occasional symptoms of Kali Yuga such as envy, anger, lust, greed, etc. may momentarily appear in the life of a devotee. But if such a devotee is actually surrendered at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by his mercy such an unwanted symptom or unearth will quickly disappear. Shri Sridhar Gauranga Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore, sincere follower of the Lord should never be discouraged in the execution of prescribed duty, but should be confident that he will be protected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, it's a great good fortune that Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most munificent incarnation, the most merciful incarnation. Actually, it's not incarnation, he's Tari, he's the source of all incarnation. Self-same Krishna, who appeared in Dwapar Yuga, has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Brajendra Nandana Jai, Sachi Sutta Hoilo Sai, Balaram Hoilo Nitai. And he has brought this great gift of Krishna Kirtan, the holy name. Golokera Prema Dhana Harinama Sankirtan. And our Acharyas are proclaiming, oh, residents of Kali Yuga, please beg this holy name. Jiva Jago, Jiva Jago, Gora Chandra Bole, Khota Nidra Jao Maya, Pishachi Rakhole, Enechi Oshade Maya, Nashivar Lage, Hare Nama Mahamantra, Lauto Mimani. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So please beg this Mahamantra from him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought many, many gifts, innumerable amount of gifts. And the best gift is this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this Harinam Sankirtan. So yesterday and day before yesterday, Vrindavan Chari Prabhu and Anand Madhavan were telling glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the gifts that he brought. And one prominent gift is that I want to little bit highlight is his composition of 8 verses that is called Shri Shiksha Ashtakam, which talks about starting stages of devotional service to the highest perfection. Ado Shraddha till Prema. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur relates the verses with different stages of devotional service. So the first verse is Cheto Darpanam Ajanam Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam, which relates with Ado Shraddha. So when one has sufficient spiritual credit, one gains little faith, Ado Shraddha. With that one begins one's devotional service. And begins by hearing and chanting, Shravanam Kirtanam. Hearing from some sadhu sangha, Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. Association of devotees. And the sadhus teach him about devotional service, bhajana kriya. So, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha. One understands the glories of holy name, how it removes the fire of material existence. Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhavamaha Davagni Nirvapanam. Davagni of this samsara. It removes, extinguishes this forest fire and bestows auspiciousness. And in this name, Krishna has invested all his energies. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Sakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Na Kala. And there is no hard and fast rule. Right? So it's very difficult for people of Kali Yuga to follow rules. So Mahaprabhu has brought this holy name. This is Maha Mantra. There are other mantras, Srila Prabhupada talks. There are other mantras where there is rules and regulations. Just like Gayatri Mantra, you have to be Brahman initiated, otherwise you cannot chant Gayatri Mantra. And there are so many other rules and regulations for chanting other mantras. But for Maha Mantra, there is no hard and fast rule. Anyone can chant, anywhere they can chant, and any time they can chant. Such a merciful incarnation of Supreme Lord. So when in the association of devotee one understands this fact, one takes more and more shelter of holy name. But at the same time, one understands this. Durdaivam idrisham iha janinanuragaha. Though I am chanting the holy name, but I don't have any attraction towards holy name. Right? So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought this holy name, but he has also taught the mood to worship or take shelter of the holy name. That is mentioned in the third verse, which is related to Anartha Nivriti. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnana amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So yesterday Anand Vadvanpu was very nicely explaining that even if one gives up sense gratification, sensual things, but still it's very difficult to give up false ego or pride or ahankar, mithya ahankar. So difficult. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to teach us this fact. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to his followers, his associates, that please put this verse, Srinada Vishnu Chinna, in the string of the holy name and always wear it. Because by this verse only, when one follows this verse or tries to follow this verse, then by Krishna's grace one can develop kirtaniya sadhana, taste for the holy name. So Trinadapi Sunichena, one has to be humbler than blade of grass. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually himself exhibits this humility. Right? So once Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was Nimai Pandit, he was there with his friend. And his friend, they are discussing their composition. Both are Pandit, so they are discussing their composition. And when this friend of Nimai Pandit heard the composition of Chaitanya Nimai, he became a little morose. He felt such wonderful compositions of Nimai that if one hears about his compositions, then nobody will hear my composition. So he became little morose. So Nimai could understand that. So what Nimai did, he had written many things, but he threw all these writings into Ganges. Such is humility and sensitivity. So we have only these 8 verses. And this contains the essence of the whole scripture. And also Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought his associates. Especially Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami exhibits extreme humility. So much so that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells, don't exhibit so much humility. Your book phati jai. My heart is getting torn seeing your extreme humility. Right? Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Right? We are worse than Jagai and Madhai. What? Jagai and Madhai did some small sinful activity. What they did not serve the mlechas, right? So we are far lower than Jagai and Madhai, because we are serving these mlechas, these meat eaters, cow flesh eaters. So we are so degraded. So such extreme humility. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not only gave these words, but showed his examples, his own example and his example of his associates. So very difficult to be humble. Right? Just today morning I was, today twice my name was announced. So I felt great satisfaction that twice my name was said. Then one line of Srila Prabhupada's purport came in my mind from the items of knowledge, 20 items of knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada writes about humility. Humility means to not have satisfaction of being honored by others. So I was feeling that I was having so much satisfaction because my names were chanted. But again, I was reminded, humility means to not have satisfaction of getting honored by others. So very difficult. Because we feel so much satisfaction when somebody glorifies us, somebody honors us, somebody tells our glories to others. So much satisfaction, right? At least I feel a lot of satisfaction. So I realized, I am long way to become humble. It's a long way to become humble. But still, if we try to practice whatever capacity we do, then by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace, we may be bestowed that mercy, we can get the taste for the holy name. Tolerance. We see the example of Srila Prabhupada, tolerating so many difficulties, hardships, and creating this ISKCON movement. His whole lifetime was a preparation to fulfill the desire of his spiritual master, which itself was so tough. And after establishment of ISKCON, it was not a bed of roses, right? It was always difficult. The deviations and other things. So Prabhupada has suffered so much, but he was so much tolerant. So from Prabhupada's example, we can see tolerance. Standing in the line to get into the bathroom. Sannyasi, residents of Vrindavan, scholar, great devotee, that has to tolerate so much. Namani namanadena. Not having expectation of respect and giving all respect to others. So Mahaprabhu, through his associates, has taught us this Trinata Prasvachana. And follows this verse, and one can taste the holy name. And then Mahaprabhu also mentions aspirations. So when one crosses this Anartha Nivritti, that Srinadavi, that leads one to the stage of Nishtha, steady faith. And the aspiration is Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamai. So one time His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was there in the meeting with the leaders of Kolkata, and Maharaj told, now I am going to tell the mission statement of this temple. So every devotee became very alert. They started taking their notebook and pen to write down. Maharaj would tell something that we have to achieve. And Maharaj said, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavidam va jagadisha kamae. Actually, if one have this aspiration, then actually, if this is the aspiration, Krishna can empower one so much that one can attain such achievement that is unimaginable by oneself. Right? So the great souls follow this. Because of that, Krishna empowers them to achieve so much. So you can see Maharaj is always focused on this Trinada Visnachana Nathanam. So much achievement is unimaginable, meeting the prime ministers of America, being so many great leaders, influencing so many big leaders of this world. So one is empowered when have this aspiration. And then one that leads to higher realizations, ruchi, taste. So ayinandatanu kinkaram tam vishame bhavamuto. So one desires to be dust in the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Krishna. And then further asakti, yugayitam nimeshena, chakshusha pravarshaitam, intense attachment. So asakti, ruchi is taste in devotional service, and asakti is attraction for Krishna. So taste means attraction for devotional service, and asakti means attraction for personality of Krishna. And then further one develops bhava aslishva padaratam pinastuma, and then shunnaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name, and this last part of last verse, that is aslishva padaratam pinastuma marmatam karotuva adarshanam marmatam karotuva. That is a mood of Srimati Radharani. So that culminates in prema. So Mahaprabhu has given these 8 verses, which are jewel-like verses. So contains the essence of whole scriptures. So this is one special gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Ikshashtami. So devotee following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should regularly take shelter of this 8 verses, and especially for sadhaka, Vaidhi sadhaka bhakta, this 3rd and 4th verse, this first, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th also is so can be a great meditation and can greatly help to guide us in our Krishna consciousness. Also, time is limited, so I had few more things. I'll just take 3-4 minutes. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought many gifts. So, and his associates highlight them in their different compositions. So one of the commentator of Chaitanya Mata Manjusa by Srinath Chakravarti. This is a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam by Srinath Chakravarti. So there he writes, Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesh Tanaya Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachit Upashana Brajavadhu Vargena Yakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartha Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatra Daro Na Paraha. So this is a conclusive opinion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is that Aradhya Bhagavan is Brajesh Tanaya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Syama Sundar Krishna, not Narayan, not Vishnu, not even Lord Ram, is Aradhya Bhagavan is Brajesh Tanaya. That is the highest manifestation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, Syama Sundar Krishna. And Tadham Vrindavan, Vrindavan Dham, Goloka Vrindavan is the highest abode of spiritual world. Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadhu. There are different devotees who are worshipping Lord Krishna, but highest is Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadhu. The worship by the gopis, headed by Srimati Radharani, is the highest worship. And Prema Pumartha Mahan. Prema is the highest goal, not Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. They are not the highest. Prema Pumartha Mahan. Prem, attaining Krishna Prem is the highest perfection of life. And this is proved in that supreme literature is Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam. This is the highest Pramana. This is the supreme Pramana. And this contains all this description of Aradhya Bhagavan, Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadhu, and Prema Pumartha Mahan. So Srimad Bhagavatam explains all these aspects, all these features in great detail. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is not different than Krishna. Krishna Swadhama Bhagate Dharma Jnana Devi Saha Kalau Nashta Dishamesha Puranarko Dhunoditaha. So Krishna has gone back to his abode in Dwapar Yuga, at the end of Dwapar Yuga. But where is the manifestation of Krishna in Kali Yuga? So, Srimad Bhagavatam manifests as the thousands, millions of suns, and disseminating the light of spiritual world and vanishing the darkness of Kali Yuga, this dark age of Kali. Also, it is mentioned, Tamadi Devam Karunanidhanam Tamalavarnam Suhitavataram Apara Samsara Samudra Setum Bhajami Bhagavata Swarupam. So it's Lord Suhitavataram. It's a great avatar for the Suhit, for the welfare of the people of Kali Yuga. Apara Samsara Samudra Setu. By taking shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, one can cross over this ocean of material ocean, this material whirlpool. So I worship this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not different from Supreme Lord. So you know that this Bhagavatam is not different in the body of Krishna. So the first two cantos are the lotus feet, third and fourth are the thigh, fifth is the navel, sixth is the chest, seventh and eighth are his arms, ninth is his throat, and 10th canto is beautiful lotus face. 11th canto is his forehead, and 12th canto is head. So this whole Srimad Bhagavatam 12 cantos is not different than Krishna. One should have full firm faith about this. And this Bhagavatam is telling his readers, Nigama kalpotaror galitam phalam sukhamukhat amrita dabasamyutam pivata bhagavata rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Oh, degraded, fallen, conditioned souls, you are rotting in this material world. But here, this galitam phalam, the mature, ripened fruit of the Vedas is easily available, which has been ripened by Shukadev Goswami. Please drink this nectar. Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. So the intelligent person takes shelter of this Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is another gift of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu himself, from his example, showed. So he was in this Gadadhar Pandit. He would hear about Shri Prahlad Maharaj, Shri Dhruva Maharaj, and hundreds of times. And he would tell Gadadhar, speak more and more. We see here in Barwipur, this Anantacharya, who narrated, Bhagavatacharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the name because he recited 9 hours Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So Mahaprabhu from his life has shown how much he relished Srimad Bhagavatam. So as followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, we should try to relish Srimad Bhagavatam. And not only relish, but also distribute, right? So we have the great opportunity. Bhadra Purnima is coming. Bhadra Purnima, from after Radhashtami to Bhadra Purnima, this Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken. So we have a great opportunity to distribute this Srimad Bhagavatam. And one may wonder it's very difficult because it's costly, but this is my little realization that if we desire, if we have some sincere desire to give, to inspire someone to have a Bhagavatam set, then Krishna arranges the situation. So during the Srila Prabhupada appearance day, one new devotee was connected in few months back. He's chanting 4 or 5 rounds, but he regularly reads Srila Prabhupada books and asks a lot of questions. So he was asking me about the Narak, the different types of hell that is explained in the 5th canto. So he told me that I want that 5th canto. As soon as he told me he wants 5th canto, I told actually this 5th canto, only 5th canto is not available. If you want to take 5th canto, you have to take the whole set. But he wanted that 5th canto, so I said you must take the whole set. And your good fortune is very soon coming because Bhadra Purnima is coming. And whoever establishes this Bhagavatam on a golden throne in his home and gives someone, he gets a free ticket to back to Godhead, Goloka. So this free ticket is easily available. So he'll get to know about Narak also and get a ticket to back to Godhead also. And he somehow agreed. Okay. Yesterday also, Harshit Prabhu was very inspired and he told Vrindavan side Prabhu to put Bhagavatam set in the altar. And I was having the service, so I was putting the Bhagavatam set. And as soon as I completed putting off, I saw one Mataji came and she was asking me for a flower. So I gave her a flower and I told, I have one more wonderful flower. You want that? And I showed Srimad Bhagavatam. And I handed over to him. And somehow she was inspired to take that. So she took first canto. So hope maybe future she takes the whole set. So like this, I felt that if we have little desire to distribute, at least one set we can easily do. Right? So somebody connected to you, if they're regularly coming, regularly reading proper books, even if they're reading small books, we can give them, ask them to purchase Srimad Bhagavatam. Just like me, I was in college, so I came to Minto Park. So I was that time reading Bhagavad Gita, but I wanted Srimad Bhagavatam. And I came to know this small books, small set. Previously it used to come. It was only few. That time it was stopped. In our time, 2013, 14. But I had desired if I get, so I saw in Sankirtan, only one set is remaining of these small books. So that time Keshav Prabhu was there, the Sankirtan in charge. So some devotee had told that I will take, but he has not paid. So I told Keshav Prabhu, I'll get immediately, I'll give you the cash. Please give me. I did not have cash. I was a student, right? So I just prayed to Radha Govinda that if some devotee gives loan. So I asked Govind Ghosh Prabhu, can you lend me some loan? So he gave me 6,000. He immediately transferred 6,000 rupees. I took out from ATM and I gave the cash to Keshav Prabhu and got the set. And I started reading after maybe like 2 years after that. So it's not like if you are not reading currently, somebody is not reading small books, he can read afterwards, it can happen. And as long as it is there in someone's home, it will create auspiciousness and make more devotees. So like this we can inspire even those who are sincere and regularly coming also. And Harshit Prabhu gives installment scheme also. So one of our DLF person, he paid in 2 years. So don't worry. So if we can desire, then it will happen. And you believe there's a Panihati, which is a small temple, much smaller than our temple. They distribute more than 500 sets last 2-3 years. More than 500 Srimad Bhagavatam. If they can do, at least we can do 100. So by Krishna's grace, already 2-3 sets. Some devotees has agreed. So please bless that I can distribute more. Okay. And actually I have to read Srimad. I am not so much regular in reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So I want your blessing so that I take regular shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So and if I have spent anything more than my relation, more than my adhikar, so please forgive. Please kindly pray for me. Okay. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Samveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande.